Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Zach.
Hey everyone, this is Sawyer. We're going to be discussing some truth in the trenches.
So come on and join us on this journey as we grow in our faith. We on.
What's up, man?
What's up?
What's up? I have a joke for you.
Okay.
I've been saving this joke all day.
Let's hear it.
What time does a man go to the dentist?
Oh, man, you got me.
2:30.
2:30. What a way to start it off.
Woo!
All right, so everybody, this is our podcast, Come On. So we're going to go down a journey and grow our faith. We're going to talk about a bunch of topics. Today we're really just going to go over just a little bit about ourselves and what we're doing with this podcast. And we'll see where it goes. So
Yeah.
I'm
excited.
We'll start it off. How's your week been?
My week has been pretty good. Actually, it's been really good. It's obviously prepping for this podcast has been and like anything that you're going to be doing for the kingdom, it's going to be a spiritual warfare, and it's been one of them weeks, but it's been a good week. Like I've really felt a peace about this, about just diving into this. It's been like what, a 6-month project for me and you, and mostly you just prepping everything and just kind of filling me in, and I've been mentally getting ready. But whenever this week has been like, ooh, okay.
Yeah.
But good week. How about you?
Yeah, mine's been about the same. Getting ready. Seems like everything that could get in the way is trying to get in the way, right?
Oh my goodness.
That's how that works.
Oh yeah.
But other than that, everybody's good. Everybody's healthy, so we're good.
Come on.
I think we'll start it off. I'll tell a little bit about myself just so everybody can learn a little bit. This is just a brief overview of my life story and kind of how I came to know Jesus. So anyway, I was born and raised in West Monroe. Mm-hmm. My parents have been married for, I don't even know, close to 40 years now, something like that. I may be way off, and they're going to be mad at me for not knowing that. So born and raised in West Monroe, grew up in church. Mom was a Sunday school teacher, all those things, knew all the stories. Somewhere around 12, 13 years old, just kind of got off track and stayed that way up until I was 29 years old. So December 28th, or December 29th, 2019, I was sitting at home one day or that morning, and just something come over me. So at the time I didn't know what it was, but now I know it was the Spirit, filling me up.
Right.
And just turning my life, that song, He picked me up, turned me around, put my feet on solid ground. That's what happened that morning.
Mm-hmm.
So just previous to that, drinking all the stuff that most everybody does, just vulgar videos, all the things, So that morning he come in and just did a renovation on the inside, really turned me around. I have not drank since then. No cussing. So I was Friday like a really bad dude, and then Monday morning I come to work completely different person. So everybody was like, "What's going on with this guy?"
Right.
So we'll fast forward a little bit through that. People try to show me videos, calling me a Bible thumper or asking me if I am one. I'm like, well, yeah. I actually am now.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even really know what that meant at the time. I was still learning. Some things happened. We were living in Mississippi at the time, and just out of obedience, just felt called to come back home and start a company. So we did that, and what a huge step of faith.
Oh yeah.
But he rewarded us in that. We're getting to do the electrical company now, and got a healthy family. Everybody's home. We're back here. Our family's here. We get to see everybody. So things are good, I mean, now this podcast, so we do
Yeah.
men's retreats. But getting to do this podcast, it's a big deal. This is another thing, act of obedience. I don't even know what I'm doing.
Right.
We're not professionals. We're not doing this for money. We're not
Right.
doing it for anything like that. Just to simply spread the word
Right.
through this channel. However that works, however it happens, who knows? We might look up, 1 million views in a year, or we might look up and it's 10,000. It doesn't matter as long as we share the gospel and grow individually too in our faith.
Right.
I think that catches me up.
Okay. Well, just like piggybacking off of you, like with your story, your story obviously has impacted me so much. I mean, I'm a byproduct of, you stepping out in faith and, coming to Monroe or Louisiana and starting this electrical company. And, this past year, just, getting to know you and getting closer to you, you've kind of given me bits and pieces here and there of your story, and it's crazy. I mean, it's easy to sum it up in 5 minutes or type it up in a few paragraphs, but like, man, just like the act of obedience and the willingness to say, okay, my whole family is gonna. There's no telling what's gonna happen with this, but I'm all right, Holy Spirit, let's get up and do this, and you did it, and just seeing the wave of blessings, and just I don't know, like you've impacted so many people, a lot of people that you don't even know about, just with how you are sensitive to the Spirit and how you listen to the Spirit, and I don't know, it's very cool. Very cool to see.
Wow, thank you.
Yeah.
Are you trying to make me cry right now on the first one, or what?
Just don't look at the camera.
Yeah.
But my story is somewhat similar. I born in Monroe, Louisiana. My parents moved to Shreveport whenever I was, I'd say, about 5 or 6. I lived about a third of my life in Shreveport. I'm 23, so do the math on that. I don't even know if that's right, but give or take a few years.
Mm-hmm.
But I was about 5 years old whenever we moved to Shreveport, and I don't remember a whole lot of that timeline, of that era of my life, but I know that my parents split up whenever I was about 12, 13, 14, somewhere around there. I was around middle school age.
Mm-hmm.
And that really, that impacted me a lot, in ways that I'm still learning, that it impacted me. But moved back to West Monroe with my dad, and we moved on his parents' land, in what's it called? What's Lapine? What's Lapine Road? That's like
Calhoun,
there
basically.
it is, out in the boonies,
Yeah.
out in the banjo town.
Yeah.
And I mean, zero phone service. I was a mama's boy growing up, so I mean, I was not a country boy. I love to hunt and fish, but I like being inside playing video games too. But moved out to the boonies and lived with my dad. My dad worked off a lot, so I spent a lot of time with my grandparents. Like I said, we lived on their land, and so excuse me. And so went to a public middle school for about a year, and then my grandparents, they were very into God and Christianity, and so they wanted me to go to a private school, to a Christian school. So they sent me off to a Christian Baptist school, and that's where I spent the remainder of my school years. And that, everybody thinks that, if you go to a private Baptist school, or I say everybody thinks that, but I guess the persona you get whenever you go to a private Baptist school is you're a good kid, but no, it wasn't the case. That's rarely the case. I think the more protection, or the more that parents try to shield you from that, the more prone you're going to be to want to see and experience those things. And so that was me in a nutshell. I started experimenting with cigarettes, and then cigarettes led to smoking weed, and then smoking weed led to drinking, and then all that inevitably led into me being addicted to Adderall. And all throughout that entire time, I was heavily addicted to pornography. Just whatever I could get my hands on, living out in the boondocks. I didn't have any phone service. So, just whenever I got the chance, I was chasing something. It seemed like I did not care about school. I did not care about my future. And, that showed in a lot of ways. I was very disrespectful to my parents, very disrespectful to my grandparents, just chasing after girls. Never had a healthy relationship, it seemed like. Did not care about the Lord at all, even though I went to a Baptist school and my parents and grandparents were religious. Did not care.
Yeah.
But, I had a lot of people that were there along the way. One person comes to mind was my football coach. He was always there for me. He loved on me. I looked up to him a lot, but whenever he would drug test us, and I would fail a test. That really it hurt me more because I knew he saw that I failed the test.
Yeah.
And so that really impacted me a lot. His influence. He was the youth pastor of his church, and so he's just a really good guy. Really impacted me in a big way. But just fast forward into high school, started dating this girl. Very unhealthy relationship, as you can imagine. All I wanted was not godly things, put it in the simpler terms. It was from the get-go. I was just, all I wanted to do was have sex with her. All I wanted to do was mess around, it seemed like. Like I said, I just never had anything exemplified for me. Not using that as a cop-out, but, that was just the reality of it. I was a punk. And, still doing drugs, still addicted to pornography. And, any girl I could get to Snapchat me, I was asking for nudes. I was wanting something else from them. Never could have a healthy friendship or a healthy relationship, seemed like. Still doing drugs. I was playing football, and I'd say my eighth grade summer going into my ninth grade year, that was probably the peak of my Adderall addiction. When I was a kid, at least, it was just the most available to me, and I spent most of my time outside, hunting, fishing, working out, getting ready for football season, and I got pretty big that season, just because I wasn't eating at all. I was pounding protein shakes and running and working out, and so I shot up pretty good. And so then football became my personality, made my dad proud in my eyes, and so that's what I wanted to pursue. But still just not doing everything right. And then fast forward, played football throughout high school, stayed addicted to drugs, stayed addicted to porn, still dating that same girl. Graduate from high school, had no idea what I wanted to do with my life, so I went to night classes for EMT school, and that's what my mom did in Shreveport, and so that's what I did, and I hated every bit of it. Moved out of my mom's house, moved in with my girlfriend. Horrible decision. Was making like $10 an hour.
Yeah.
Driving grandma to her dialysis appointment. I hated my job. I hated everything about it. I, was never content with anything I did. Still doing drugs. Just punk.
Yeah.
A punk. And still cheating on my girlfriend. We talked about marriage, but I mean, obviously, I wasn't in no hurry to do that. Didn't care. Finally, she left me, and that hit me pretty hard. Dove off into drugs and porn pretty bad after that. It seemed like any girl I could get their phone number, I wanted to get in bed with them. That's about how it was. And fast forward about 2 years, I'm 20 years old at this point, and I'm working at TP Outdoors. And I look on Instagram, and my aunt, she works at Christ Church. She posted about revival night. They were having revival at Christ Church, and I saw that they were playing this song. And the song, I grew up in a small town church, and we sang "I'll Fly Away" with one dude who had barely any teeth in his head, and whatever. But that was my persona of church, and just seeing all these people worshiping, and like just that I don't know how to explain it. I wanted to go, I wanted to experience it. And, I can be as cliche as possible with that, but I got off my shift at TP. I went home, put on a polo, put on some khakis, and I told my mom, I said, I'm going to church. She said, what?
Who are you?
Yeah, what in the world?
Yeah.
So went to church, sat way up top, with nobody, and then some guy that I knew from a job that I had a few years back, saw me and was like, "Hey, can I come sit by you?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was actually my boss, Nathan.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah." And I, the way that I had quit that job was kind of cruddy on my part. Like I said, I was a punk. I didn't care about anything. And so I was like, maybe he remembers or something. I don't know. But, he was just as nice as he could be. Didn't even seem to care. Just shook my hand, hugged me. And I was just sitting up there by myself, nobody with me. And so he decided to come sit with me. And then the first song that our Ty Showery sang was "Graves in the Gardens." And dude, I just standing up, I just started like, I could uncontrolled, like snot crying, could not stop.
A good
crying.
cry.
Oh my gosh. And I don't remember, I think it was Wayne, what's his name? Wayne Francis.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you a single word he said. I don't know what he preached about. Didn't care.
Yeah.
I did not care. I don't even think it was the Graves in the Garden song. It was just the fact that I was in that room, and I had made the decision to go there. And I think it was that Wednesday night, that the night that I went. And then that was the last night of that revival. And that Sunday I went to church and I got baptized that day. Wow. And I went home, threw all my weed away, threw all my Adderall away. I had vapes that I was, hunkering down, still in the boxes. I threw them away, threw my cigarettes away, and I gave up. I stopped watching porn. Dude, I got wrecked. And I haven't touched Adderall since that day. I haven't touched weed since that day. Struggled with nicotine for a little bit, but it is what it is. But dude, I've been ever since that day. I've just been wanting to figure out God more, I guess.
Yeah. got delivered.
Dude. Oh my gosh. Then I stinking met you at Men's Retreat.
Yeah.
And Men's Retreat did what it did.
Yeah. Turned you down for the job.
Yep.
The first
yep.
time.
I sent my resume and you said, "Wow, man, cool. Hey, little buddy.
Yeah.
That's cute."
That's funny.
Okay.
Yeah.
Me and
It was a
Kirsten,
test.
that was a test because I got a really not fun job after that. But I think I grew through that. But
Yeah.
whatever. You
That's
turd.
awesome.
Yeah. I hope I didn't ramble too long. but
No, that was
I-
good. I think I missed something, was even telling about my family. So,
Yeah.
just to, obviously, but I'm 34 with married to Lauren for right at 15 years now.
Yeah.
Have a daughter who's 13, Macy, and a son who's 10, Nate. And so that's just a little about the family.
Yeah.
I'll be telling my full testimony at the next retreat. So we'll see how that goes.
Dude.
It's a lot longer than the one I just did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you. That's actually the first time I've said my testimony, and even that's not my full testimony, but
Yeah.
I think I don't know. I doubt we're gonna be stopping the podcast anytime soon, so we have
Yeah.
indefinitely
Oh,
to,
it'll
to,
be, yeah.
to
Yeah.
share all the other details.
Yeah.
But
Little pieces here and there definitely be trickled in there.
well, I'm married to Kirsten Smith. We have been married for 2 years.
Yeah.
And I tell everybody, dude, marriage is the hardest thing I've ever done in my entire life.
It's a job
Dude, it is a
on both
full
parts.
time job on both.
Yeah.
If both of you aren't committed, it is.
Yeah.
You know. And so, but dude, that is my best friend, and she is
Yeah.
awesome. And
That's
she, just even prepping for this podcast, dude, she's
Oh,
helped me
yeah.
out a
Same.
bunch.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we told about ourselves good there.
Yeah.
I think what we decided here is just to explain about the podcast.
Yeah.
Why we're doing it, where we're at here.
Yeah.
So we'll do just the mission, vision, and values. I think that'll be a good just a direction of the podcast. Good overview of what we're doing.
Okay.
The mission for this podcast is to provide a space for people to walk and grow in their faith along with us. So, what that means, we're not we don't have degrees. We're
Right.
not theologians.
Right.
This is simply me and you talking this out, discussing these topics, what we believe, what we're led to believe, and just going about it. We're not professionals again. We're we're just going to do our due diligence, be led by the Spirit, pray about it, and talk about these topics and just share what we believe.
Yeah. Full transparency, I'm scared to death of this. Like this is petrifying. But
Yeah.
and that's one thing I respect a lot about you is like it you just felt led to do this.
Mm-hmm.
And so that you're just like, okay, God,
Yeah.
and that's kind of where, I'm pretty new to this. Like I haven't made I say I haven't, but I mean, I look at your story and, you made that huge leap of faith and, I haven't really done anything like that. But I want to trust the Spirit enough to say, okay, whatever you need me to do. And so just, like you said, we're not professional speakers at all. This is extremely hard for me, at least.
Yeah.
But, I like when it says, we want people to walk and grow with us. Like me and you are growing, me and you are experiencing these things, together and, talking through these things and trying to figure it out. We're probably not going to get it right every time, but, just.
How many years have you been saved?
August of 20 21.
Yeah.
That's when I got saved.
It's about 4. So, or not even 4 then.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm about 5. And so that's what I'm getting at. We're both, I mean, we don't know it all, right?
Yeah.
So that's the point of this, is just to record our journey as
Right.
we learn. And as you see the logo, that's the whole design behind that logo. 2 guys, we meet, we're walking this journey out.
Yeah.
We got the podcast now, and that's part of our journey to know more about Christ.
Right.
So
This is pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's awesome. The vision. Our vision is to selflessly grow the kingdom utilizing this platform. The verse that me and Zach came up with, but that we found was we wrote this verse.
This is Zach 28:6.
Third Zach. Isaiah 26:8. In the path of your judgments, O Lord, we wait for you. Your name and remembrance are the desire of our soul. I got that verse from the Passion Conference. The Passion Conference, they use that for their for their thing. Louis Giglio, I heard him say that in one of his sermons, but I think that really, like you said, I think that really sums up, what our goal is. Among other things, we genuinely just want to get to know God more and talk about real stuff,
Yeah.
And like you said, we're not going to get it right. We're gonna jumble our words up,
Yeah.
and get it wrong, but
And we'll have some people want to debate us on things, and that's fine. Not everybody's going to be led the same. To the
we
same
will
thing.
win.
Yes.
We are right.
Yes. You don't have a chance.
You're gonna lose.
I think, like you said, that oh Lord, we wait for you.
Yeah.
Your name and remembrance are the desire of our soul. Like that literally sums it up. We're literally waiting for the Lord to come back.
Yeah.
That's our hope.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what we have faith in, and man, we just want people to know His name. We want people to know about Him.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we could do that walking around, but what better way? And I think that's why we're led to do this is through a podcast you can spread it out. It's out there,
Right.
So it's cool. All right, we'll move into our values. I think these are awesome here. So our first one, authenticity. We're going to be vulnerable and share our beliefs and struggles. So we've touched on that. I mean, we're here. We're not going to be polished.
Nope.
People are going to see this that we interact with every day, and I'm fine with it.
Right.
They can, they're not the ones judging me, so I'm good with it.
Oh yeah.
Humility. So we touched on that too. We're not theologians.
Nope.
We simply love the Lord and want to share the gospel.
Yeah.
So, I mean, man, that just sums it up.
Yeah.
I don't know everything.
Right.
The point is to learn it here.
And we won't. And there isn't anybody that knows everything.
Yeah.
I listen to a lot of theological podcasts, and they're the same way. They're just like, dude, I don't know. Like I'm just figuring this out. I'm just doing it. And I think that's the beautiful thing about it is we're never gonna reach peak Christianity. It's just every day is a journey. Every day is another step towards growing.
Yeah.
Towards Jesus.
Yeah. It's good.
Oh yeah, it's good. Next one.
Yeah, we're ready.
The next one is love unconditionally. 1 Peter 4:8. Above all, love each other deeply, because love covers over a multitude of sins. Yeah.
Yeah, no, right.
Love.
It just is it's just love, man. That's like I said, people are probably gonna throw a little hate. That's just what happens in the world. It doesn't matter what you do.
Yeah. And going back to, I know I keep talking about you, but like, just obviously you're not doing this podcast for you, you know, me and you have countless conversations about that. And like the way that you love people and the way that you know, just want to share what Jesus has done for you in your life. You know, he's completely transformed everything about you. And so like you want to share that with people. And, you know, that's probably the most loving thing that you can do, you know, and that's really cool. And I think that's, you know, I want that to be my goal as well. Is to, I just want to love on people. I want to move out of God's way and, you know, be a conduit and allow him to move and, you know.
And love unconditionally, the unconditional part, when somebody does something wrong, right? It's amazing how he can just the work that he does, you know. So we talked about, both of us were punks back in the day.
Yeah.
You know, if somebody did us wrong, I'm sure you're the same way as me. I mean, it was like fight, you know, you just wanted to fight, right?
Oh yeah.
Now if somebody does something wrong, I almost feel bad, like I did something, you know, and I'm trying to like figure it out, and then you just gotta, you know, it goes to the verse, you know, that our battle is not against a person, it's against the spirits, right? So I just try to remember that when somebody does something, you just gotta show them love, and it's hard.
Yeah.
So, man, so we covered a lot.
Yeah.
We got to tell a little bit about our stories, our mission, vision, and values. I know that's important. Just want to get that out there so that we explain why we're doing this, what we're doing.
Yeah.
I think that pretty much wraps up our first one.
Whoa. Dude. Stinking doing it. That's awesome.
So, I was going to say, I'm glad you're here, but I hope you're here for every one of them.
Yeah,
you know,
ditto. I'm excited.
I am too. This is it's going to be neat. It's going to be a lot to learn, not only the topics, but you know, putting this stuff out there and just learning how to do it. Obviously, we're going to get better and better as we do it.
Right.
That's our hope.
Right.
Maybe we'll be a little more polished. Who knows? Maybe not.
We'll see.
We'll see how that goes.
We'll see.
So yeah, anything else you got?
Man, I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready to see what God does with this. I'm excited. This is really cool.
Yeah.
I'm a little overwhelmed, you know.
Yeah.
It's just awesome. God's so cool.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, he is. All right, so we appreciate everybody listening. We hope you catch us on our next one. Our next episode will be the starting fresh. So it's just new beginnings in Christ. So we'll dive into that.
Yeah. Be there or be square.
Yeah, that's right. So we just hope we added value to people's lives. We're and if if you're listening or watching this and you felt led to invite some friends, we want you to come on.
Yeah.
And join this journey. We're going to grow in our faith together. We hope you'll join us next time.
For sure. See ya.
Peace.
Peace.